Hollywood is a place where success can soar to unimaginable heights, where actors become legends overnight, and where everything can crumble just as quickly. For decades, the entertainment industry has been built on dazzling performances, iconic moments, and careers that seem unstoppable. Yet history shows time and time again that no matter how talented or beloved a person may be, a single decision, a single incident, or even a single misunderstanding can alter the trajectory of a career forever. Today, we're exploring some of the most dramatic downfalls in modern Hollywood, stories not to sensationalize pain or scandal, but to reflect on how quickly things can change in the spotlight, how reputations are shaped by choices, and how legacies can be rewritten in a matter of seconds. These stories remind us that fame isn't just glamorous, it's fragile, and the consequences of one moment can echo for a lifetime. Cuba Gooding Jr., from Oscar triumph to deep controversy. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s story is one of Hollywood's most striking contrasts, beginning with one of the most memorable Oscar moments of the 1990s and ending in years of legal trouble and public scrutiny. After electrifying audiences with his passionate acceptance speech for Jerry Maguire, a performance that brought him global recognition and demonstrated the charismatic energy that made him a fan favorite, he followed with roles in Men of Honor, Radio, and dozens of other films that cemented him as a warm, relatable presence on screen. But decades after his peak, Gooding found himself the subject of serious allegations involving inappropriate behavior in public settings, and multiple individuals came forward with claims that damaged his public standing. In 2022, he accepted a plea deal acknowledging one count of inappropriate touching, agreeing to counseling and supervision requirements. Although he avoided jail time and some legal matters were resolved, his reputation suffered greatly. Once a symbol of celebratory Hollywood joy, he now serves as a reminder of how personal conduct can overshadow even the brightest professional achievements. Gooding has since appeared only in smaller independent projects, staying largely out of mainstream Hollywood, while focusing on rebuilding his personal life and public image. Will Smith. A single moment that reframed a lifetime career. Will Smith's rise to fame is one of Hollywood's most beloved success stories. From comedy star to blockbuster hero to Academy Award-winning actor, he became a global symbol of versatility, charm, and family-friendly charisma. For decades, he captivated audiences with classics like Independence Day, Men in Black, and The Pursuit of Happiness, earning respect not just as an entertainer, but as an inspirational figure. Yet during the 94th Academy Awards, a moment unfolded that changed the public conversation around him in an instant. After comedian Chris Rock made a remark about Jada Pinkett Smith, Will walked on stage and struck him, creating one of the most replayed moments in televised award show history. The event shocked attendees and viewers worldwide, leading to intense debate, widespread media coverage, and a string of consequences that included a 10-year ban from Academy events. Will apologized publicly, expressing regret and taking responsibility. But the immediate fallout affected several of his upcoming projects and shifted public perception in ways that may take years to untangle. In the time since, he has focused on introspection, family, and personal growth, gradually returning to work through selective roles and collaborations. Though his career continues, the moment remains a defining turning point, an example of how even the most respected figures can face life-changing repercussions from a single emotional decision. Thomas Gibson. When a workplace conflict ends a career. Thomas Gibson's long-running role as Aaron Hotchner on Criminal Minds made him a staple of primetime television for over a decade. Known for portraying a stoic and determined FBI profiler, he became one of the show's central figures, both as an actor and as an occasional director behind the scenes. But in 2016, an argument on set escalated into a physical altercation involving Gibson and a writer-producer, resulting in an internal investigation that led to his suspension and, shortly thereafter, the termination of his contract. The incident was not completely isolated. Earlier reports of on-set conflict resurfaced, though Gibson stated that tensions arose from creative disagreements rather than personal animosity. Regardless, the decision was final, and his character was written out with a quiet narrative exit rather than a dramatic on-screen farewell. Since then, Gibson has retreated from major Hollywood productions, instead taking occasional roles in smaller independent films and maintaining a relatively private lifestyle focused on family and creative hobbies. His departure from Criminal Minds remains a cautionary tale about how quickly professional relationships can fracture and how vital communication and restraint are in high-pressure creative environments. Paula Deen, a Southern icon's sudden fall from grace. Paula Deen built her empire on warmth, hospitality, and an unapologetically indulgent approach to Southern cooking. Her laugh, her style, and her comfort food philosophy made her a household name, leading to best-selling cookbooks, television shows, successful restaurants, and a culinary brand recognized nationwide. But in 2013, allegations brought forth in a lawsuit regarding workplace conditions cast a harsh spotlight on her businesses. During legal proceedings, comments she made in the past became public and sparked widespread criticism. Major networks, sponsors, and retailers quickly cut ties, leading to a rapid collapse of a culinary empire that had taken decades to build. Deen apologized and worked in the years following to rebuild her life and career, creating her own online platforms, opening restaurants, and seeking a fresh start through new ventures. While opinions about her remain divided, her story remains one of the most dramatic brand implosions in food media, an example of how public figures must navigate accountability, personal growth, and the long road of rebuilding trust after controversy. Megan Fox, the IT girl who faced a Hollywood backlash. Megan Fox's rise was meteoric. After her breakout role in Transformers, she became one of Hollywood's most talked-about young stars, gracing magazine covers, red carpets, and global advertising campaigns. Her striking screen presence made her an instant cultural phenomenon. But in 2009, comments she made about director Michael Bay sparked a public dispute that ultimately led to her removal from the Transformers franchise. Crew members criticized her in the press, and she became a focal point in debates about professionalism, sexism, industry expectations, and how women in Hollywood are treated when they speak candidly about their experiences. Following the backlash, her mainstream roles dwindled for several years, and she stepped away from much of the limelight. Over time, Fox began opening up about feeling objectified in earlier stages of her career, sharing how she believed the backlash reflected broader cultural attitudes rather than a single misstep. In recent years, she has revived her career through new projects, embracing roles that allow her to express more creative autonomy while openly discussing the complicated dynamics that shaped her public image. Her comeback reflects a larger shift in Hollywood toward acknowledging the pressures faced by women in the industry and allowing room for reinvention. Armie Hammer, a rising star's rapid descent. Armie Hammer appeared poised for a long and successful Hollywood career after acclaimed roles in The Social Network and Call Me by Your Name, earning praise for his acting range, charisma, and screen presence. Yet in early 2021, his career was abruptly derailed when alleged private messages surfaced online, sparking widespread discussion and leading multiple individuals to come forward with serious accusations about his personal behavior. Hammer denied the claims, but the controversy grew quickly, prompting major studios and agencies to end professional relationships with him. Projects that once promised to elevate his career were recast or canceled, and documentary coverage of the situation intensified public attention. Reports later emerged suggesting he had taken work outside the entertainment industry, marking a stark shift from his once promising trajectory. Hammer has since remained largely out of the public eye, and his story is frequently cited as an example of how reputations in Hollywood can change dramatically when troubling allegations come to light, regardless of whether legal action follows. His fall underscores how transparency, personal accountability, and the court of public opinion intersect in the digital era. Kevin Spacey, a career once celebrated, now redefined. For years, Kevin Spacey was heralded as one of the most formidable talents of his generation. With 2 Academy Awards, a long list of memorable performances, and groundbreaking success as Frank Underwood in House of Cards, he stood at the forefront of Hollywood prestige. But in 2017, at the height of the Me Too movement, allegations of inappropriate behavior surfaced, beginning with actor Anthony Rapp and followed by additional claims from others. The impact on Spacey's career was immediate. Netflix and major studios severed ties. Ongoing projects were halted or recast, and nearly completed films were reshot without him. Though some charges were later dismissed and he was acquitted in high-profile court cases, the public damage to his career proved lasting. Spacey has only appeared in a handful of small, independent films since, and the industry has largely moved forward without him. His story illustrates how rapidly professional standing can shift when serious allegations emerge, regardless of legal outcomes, and how Hollywood has changed in its response to accusations of misconduct. Spacey's fall from prominence remains one of the most profound demonstrations of how accountability movements have reshaped the entertainment industry. Conclusion: the unpredictable path of fame. These stories, each unique and complex, share a common thread: the unpredictability of fame and the extraordinary speed with which public perception can shift. A single moment, a single choice, or a single revelation can transform a celebrated career into a cautionary tale. While the entertainment industry offers remarkable opportunities for creativity and glory, it also carries immense pressure, constant visibility, and consequences that unfold on the world's largest stage. Some of the individuals discussed here have worked to rebuild their lives. Others have stepped away from the spotlight entirely. Their journeys serve as reminders that talent alone cannot shield anyone from the weight of their actions or the intensity of public scrutiny. Hollywood creates icons, but it also demands accountability, resilience, and personal responsibility. As long as there are stars in the spotlight, there will be stories of rise and ruin, of redemption and regret, of triumph and tragedy. And the world will continue watching, learning, and questioning how these stories reflect our culture, our values, and our understanding of what it truly means to be in the public eye.